Well, welcome to part 3 of this Gloritone Model 27.
Well, hi there, sweetie.
In this episode, we're going to finish it. But before we start, back in May, I was complaining about these clip leads here, how cheap they were. Like, you try to open it up, and they just slip.
That's very cheap.
And these things get bent so easy. It's unbelievable that they sell these cheap looking things. So I decided to splurge and buy some new ones. And they're right here. Now I've had the box a couple months and I haven't opened it. So we're gonna open it now.
Get that box open.
There they are. I bought these from Mauser. And I bought like 50 of them. It cost me like 50 bucks.
Oh!
So let's just see if these are any good, huh?
Goody goody gumdrops.
Let's take one out. Looks like they come in sets of 10, I think. Yeah. And about 5 sets of them. Let's try this yellow one here. Let's see if we can get them out. Still slips a little bit. But they definitely feel better than those other ones. We shall see if these will work. I'll probably be using them in this episode, so...
Don't seem to be much excitement around here right now. Maybe I'll start some.
50 bucks well spent? Or did I waste 50 bucks? I guess time will tell. Okay, let's get back to the radio. When last we left, I had removed this can here, and we found a loose wire on the primary coil inside this can here. Now the reason why I took this one off was because on the schematic it shows 2 50 picofarad caps, one in here and one in here, and the way these are situated here is very tight. In order to get one of these out of here, I would have to take this out, or I'd have to take this out. So I decided to take that one out, and I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have found that loose wire. But I'm still curious about those 2 50 picofarad caps in here. What do they look like? Are they any good?
Who knows?
So I'm going to take those 2 out, but in order to do that, I need to take this box here out. There's 3 caps in here. I'll just loosen these screws up here and lay it down, and then there's 3 screws here. Maybe I can lower that and take a look at it. I'm going to have to cut some of these wires here. Like there's a cap here. Now that cap is a 0.001, and we can take a look at that to see if that one's good. So let me remove this, and we'll get to it. This should be fun. Okay, I cut this ground wire that goes to the cap and the ground here. There it is.
You gotta be blind not to see it, yeah.
Aha. Like a mold.
I've seen this one. This is a classic.
See if we can test that thing. Okay, we're going to use the little meter here and check that capacitor here. Okay, looks like it's reading as an inductor.
Huh?
33.4 ohms and 2.0 microhenries. Probably have to lift one of these legs up here in order to test the capacitor. Let's take a look at the schematic. Okay, here we see the 50 picofarad cap here. It's hooked up to this portion of the coil here. You can also see there's a second section of the coil going down here. So this is the primary section. That's why we're getting that reading in ohms and microhenries. So what we're going to have to do is lift one of these legs up in order to test the capacity of this thing. So let's do that. There's a close-up of that cap. It's a mica mold made in Brooklyn. I believe that's a mica cap. There it is on the other side. We see nothing but a green, which green is 5, so that's probably telling us there's a 50 picofarad. Let's hook up the meter to it. The moment of truth here. 61 picofarads. It's supposed to be 50. I think it's okay. I'm going to leave that in there. In fact, I'm not even going to mess with that other one. 61 versus 50, I say leave it in.
Me too.
Now that we checked this coil here, let's measure this coil. And after we do that, let's measure the secondary coil and see what that measures. We'll do this for posterity. How about that? Okay, let's measure this coil here. It's cloth-covered wire. It's part of the primary, so let's check that. That one is 13.2 ohms at 0.10 millihenries.
But what does it all mean?
Okay, now that we've got that reading, let's do this this copper color wire, which is the secondary winding, and we'll check that one. Okay, here we go. That measures 4.4 ohms and 0.30 millihenries. Now maybe this will help somebody out who has one of these and they got problems with theirs, then they'll know what that reading is supposed to be. Okay, next we're going to test this capacitor here. It's supposed to be a 0.001 microfarad. That's the one that was in the way when I was trying to get that can out of there. So let's take that out, take a close look at it. Well, there's a close-up of that. It's made by Vox, made in USA. It's got some green paint there. I don't know what that means. It's supposed to be a 001. Let's measure that. Okay, let's see what it is. (1,371 picofarads). So I believe a 0.001 microfarad is 1,000 picofarads. So that's like a 0.013. So it's pretty close. You think that's a mica cap in there? I don't know. I'm thinking about replacing it because it's a tight fit down there. And I could put in a smaller cap and there'll be a lot more room in there. I'll have to think about that. I decided to crack it open and see what's inside there. So how many people think there's mica in there? How many people think it's just a plain paper cap in there?
That's fantastic! Bang-ow!
The Hammer of Thor.
Well, we solved that mystery. That's mica.
Yes, it is.
Since that .001 cap was mica, I'm going to replace it with a mica cap here. This says it's 1,000. Let's test that. That's right on the money. Okay, I'm going to put this in there. Then I'm going to put this coil back in the can. And I put the can back in here. Okay, we got the 1,000 picofarad cap in there, replacing the one I cracked open. I've got the volume control back in, and I got a new knob here. This other one was broken, and I think this one matches pretty good. What do you think? Looks like it's a little bit bigger, but I think it's going to look good. And we got the can back in. What I think I'll do next here is show you the alignment. There's not much to it. The only trimmers on this thing are here. 1, 2, 3. Now the instructions say you set the signal generator for 1400, and then you tune this so you start hearing it. So let's do that. Okay, it says to then tune in the outside ones here and here first. First you got to peak them. Then it says you've got to turn the screws until the output starts to drop on the outside ones. So let's do that. Okay. Now it says to adjust the middle one for maximum output. And that's all there is to it. Let's see if we can get anything here.
Men's basketball here as we continue Fox Sports Sunday coming up in 5 minutes from now as the U.S. has their first game.
That's the low end of the dial.
For a matchup against the three-time MVP and Serbia, Ryan Hollins is a man who knows.
Will, let's go. 800-655-6453. Let's go. Line one. I gotta go. I've been fooled before. 8 games greater than 1. Let's just see how this goes here with Jordan Love.
Basically, everybody in the 2020 quarterback class should be thrown in.
Watch. Yeah, a lot of excitement there for sure, Dana. And that fencer you mentioned, she goes to Jesuit, and I believe she takes.
massive, might be the biggest lectern out there. And Meyer has a front and center.
Oh yeah, sing it, baby.
Joe Biden has done. I don't know if any breath used on Joe Biden is worth anything. I don't know. Right, and I felt like he did an okay job of driving home. Do you want the rest of America to look like San Francisco? But he didn't say that. Do you think the word progressive is a better shot than liberal? I feel like it is.
And that's it. I'm going to play with it a little bit more, but that's basically how you do it. But there's also something mentioned in the manual. Let me show you that. All right, see these plates here that bent here? You see that one here and the one on top? The manual states if you go to 1000, you should start to bend these things. Then go to 800 and bend them some more. I ain't going to do all that. They're already bent. This is just a TRF radio, so it's not going to be the greatest.
I'm bored.
I hope that wasn't too boring. Okay, I got the fuse installed here. Got these wires hooked up. I put in a 1.6 amp fuse here. So in case it blows, this thing just slides out and replace it, put it back in there. So I got the wire going through here, then going to the switch, coming back from the switch, going down in there. So that should work. Also put the plug on here.
Hey, I like it. I like it a lot.
So let's take a look at the cabinet. We haven't seen that since part 1, huh? Would you like to see it?
Yeah! For those of you who are wondering if I'm going to paint the
transformer core red, I have a surprise for you. No, I'm not going to paint the transformer core red.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm going to paint the transformer red. Oh! This paper here.
What's got into you?
How do you like them apples?
You son of a bitch!
Well, you devious son of a bitch.
You filthy, rotten, yellow son of a bitch!
You pompous son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
Don't you just love it? Feast your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. That looks gorgeous.
It's wonderful.
I also put a clear coat over here on the core. Now, if you think that's magnificent, wait till you see what else I did. I painted the core of the choke copper. Looks good with this brass hardware here.
Cool.
And this transformer over here, I clear coated this. And you see that core there? Now that's copper.
Good idea.
Buzz, you're a damn genius. Look at the whole thing. Magnifico.
Great balls of fire!
Let's take a look at the speaker, shall we? Let the word go forth to every village and hamlet in this great country that old Buzz has not damaged the speaker or poked his finger through it.
Attaboy, Luther!
That's quite an accomplishment. But this does have a little problem. This here is separated here. So I'm going to have to re-glue that. But other than that, the speaker's ready to go. Let's glue it. Well, it's time to put the grill cloth in. Now originally, the grill cloth was glued directly to the wood here. But I'm not going to do that. I made this. I'm going to glue the grill cloth on that cardboard. I think it's a much neater way to do it. So let me show you the grill cloth I'm going to use. Well, there it is. I can use both sides if I wanted to. This one here is lighter than this one. So I think on my radio, it'll look better with the brighter gold there. So let's glue that to the cardboard. Okay, all I gotta do is get the screws and put it in there, and then we're ready for the reveal. Coming up next, be there or be square.
Don't be such a square.
Okay, let's not pussyfoot around. It's time to reveal the 1930 Gloritone Model 27, restored and ghost-free. She's looking swell. Don't you agree? Yes! Let's play a little ditty from 1931 called Mary, I'm in Love with You. I think it turned out pretty good. It doesn't look as spooky as it did in part 1, right? Let's just hope it's still around in another 94 years. I can hardly wait. I'll only be 167 years old. You think I'll still be making YouTube videos? Could be. Now next month, I'll be working on a radio that was made in Australia. My buddy David Tipton sent it to old Buzz to restore all the way from the land down under. I sent David a 1941 RCA radio that he recently restored in 3 parts. He did a fantastic job, so if you haven't watched that series, I'll put a link in the description below. Stay tuned for Dickles Corner, coming up next. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Sweet Buzz 1151.
I am the ghost of this Kodak movie camera. Give me your soul now.
Oh, shut up, Spirit. Why are you so mean?
I was born mean.
What a liar. Tell me the truth, okay? Then maybe I'll let you out.
Huh? You'll let me out?
Sure, just be honest with me. Why do you act so angry?
You'd be mad too if you were stuck in a Gloritone radio for 93 years. The world is against me, and everyone hates me. I'm so lonely.
Did you not notice that there was another ghost in that radio all these years?
Another ghost? Who?
Do you remember a woman named Mary Margaret?
Mary Margaret? Mary was my wife. We married in 1931. She died in a freak accident. Lightning struck her.
Lightning struck both of you, remember? You both were up on the roof installing a radio antenna for your new Gloritone radio, which was a wedding gift. You both died.
Mother of mercy! I remember it all now! How do you know this?
After I captured you with a ghost catcher movie camera, she came out and told me the whole story. She was too scared to talk to you because you were so bitter. She hid and stayed quiet all these years, hoping you would change back to the loving man she married. She said your name was Henry, and you used to be kind.
I'll do anything to be reunited with my Mary.
Okay.
Give me your soul now!
Just kidding. Do you promise to be nice to Mary and stop being mean to people?
I will, Dickel. I will. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for what I did to you and Buzz.
Okay, Henry. Go back to Mary and be happy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I now pronounce you man and wife ghosts.
Look to see us no more. Farewell.
Love triumphs every time.
Farewell.